welcome to Joff's World Tour. I'm taking my motorbike, Tigger, to as many countries around the world as we can get to. In this episode, we're doing a whistle-stop tour of the UK and Ireland, just as preparation before flying to Canada. If you like the video, click subscribe and you'll be the first to find out where we go next. Okay, so Joff's World Tour, we're off. Not planning on going very far today, just over to the west coast of Scotland, and then tomorrow morning I'll be getting on the Ken Ryan ferry to go across to Belfast. And these first few days I'm just touring the UK, Scotland, Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland, Wales and England, then heading across to Canada. And once I get to Canada, I'll be flying into Toronto and picking up Tigger from the airport. I'm heading east first of all to tour Nova Scotia, and then where I go after that, well, I'll decide as I go, but eventually I'm going to end up on the west coast over at Vancouver and then up into Alaska. This is the plan. We'll see how it goes. Shame the weather's not better, but the scenery is fantastic. Come to Scotland, everybody, it's great. Well, here I am. I've got a nice little room for my first night of the trip. I'm here in Dalrymple. You can see that Tigger's just parked outside there and should be safe for the night. I've got to go and find myself something to eat. Just 104 miles done today, and tomorrow morning I'll get up early and head off for the ferry to go to Belfast.
Coast. Beautiful sunny day. There's quite a lot of castles and ruined abbeys and things along this road which I'd love to stop and visit and maybe paint pictures of, but with a ferry to catch I just don't think I have the time to stop.
I never get tired of riding a motorbike off a ferry into a new country. So this is Belfast, capital of Northern Ireland. It's quite a big industrial city, and of course one of the things it's famous for, amongst many others, is that the Titanic was built here. There's a big exhibition for the Titanic here. I'm not going to go there today. I just don't have the time to do everything. I'm going to follow the sat-nav straight out of Belfast and heading towards the border with the Republic of Ireland. So I've just pulled into the first service station in the Republic of Ireland. Crossed the border without really noticing it, apart from suddenly all the road signs are in kilometres. So I'm going to see if I can switch Tigger's display to kilometres. I think that's something that you can do here. Kilometres per hour, perfect. Okay, now what I need to do is tonight I'll change the Garmin to do the same. That'll keep me right on these motorways where there's lots of speed cameras. Cool. I've arrived in my Airbnb just outside Dublin. Nice little place. I'm going to have to go and find myself something to eat, but at least here I've got a microwave and a table and some cutlery, so if I have to I can cook something for myself tonight. It's been a great little ride. Mostly motorway, but the weather's been fine, and that's great. I've just stopped here to fill up petrol, and I've now put on my over trousers, full wet weather gear, because the weather has changed. just stopped in the wee town of Adair over on the west coast. I went through Limerick but didn't find anywhere to stop. Adair's a nice little town. Most of the coffee shops seem to be closed on a Monday though. So I'll just bought myself a sandwich which I'll eat later. I'll find myself something to drink and then get back on the bike.
I don't know how well you can see this. I decided to stop here at this viewpoint to eat my sandwich. The scenery here is amazing. It was all very flat as I came across the middle of Ireland, but now as I get over to the west, we're getting some of the mountains, which are really quite dramatic. Beautiful stuff.
Just coming into Tralee now, and the sun is shining. I wasn't expecting that. The rain that was forecast hasn't hit me yet. Maybe it still will as I get to the Atlantic Coast Road. I haven't quite got to the coast road yet. But here we are, just coming into Tralee. According to the sign I've just passed, I am now on the road. There it is again, look, the Wild Atlantic Way. I don't know if you saw that on my right there. The Irish Wild Atlantic Way, that's where I've been heading for all day. It's meant to be one of the most dramatic roads in Europe, and I'm just going to spend a few hours driving it, nothing more than that. Come back some other time and do the whole thing maybe. Well, there's quite a wind picked up now that I'm down on the coast. They call it the Wild Atlantic Coast. They don't call it that for nothing. I've had to slow right down, and I'm having to stop to let traffic go past me, because keeping control of the bike in winds like this is quite a challenge. But we like a challenge. That's what we're here for. If it was easy, everyone would want to do it. Scenery here is amazing. But I could do without this wind. Down to 50 kilometers an hour, just for fear of being blown off the road. I'm just coming into Dingle, and I was hoping to fill up with petrol here. That's one filling station that's clearly dead. I'm hoping there's another. Final bit of road that should take me over a little pass here and drop me down on the westernmost point of Europe.
scenery around here is amazing, even in this overcast weather. Taking it easy as we get to the top because I think the wind's going to hit us. Woohoo! Look at that. I don't know if you can see that well on the cameras, but that is some view.
Well, this is embarrassing. Microphone failure. Now, I think what I'm saying there is that this is the westernmost bar in Europe, and I've just had a coffee there. And to go any further west, I've got to go across the Atlantic. And to get there, I've got to go back to London to get to Heathrow Airport.
Look at this scenery. I'm so glad the rain that was predicted didn't arrive today. Just stunning. Well, here I am in Anna's School. What a great ride that was today around the Dingle Peninsula. Tomorrow I've got another long ride back to Rosslare, so that I'm ready for the following morning for an early morning ferry across to Wales. I'm going to stop here for now, going down shortly into town to see if I can find something to eat. It's a bit of an overcast morning in Anna's School today. You can see that over there, but the clouds are down on top of the mountains. I'm going to call into town to get some breakfast this morning. So an interesting little stay in Anna's Call. A few challenges. First of all, Anna's Call doesn't appear on the Garmin sat-nav. You can see, I don't know if you can see this right here, but there's the town, and the name Anna's Call doesn't appear there. Secondly, there's no mobile phone signal here, so I couldn't phone the host for directions, and I had to follow old school, follow the signs. And then finally, evening in the pub, the whole town had a power cut, so I had to sit in the pub by the light of the log stove, drinking my Guinness, with no Wi-Fi and no way to pay the bill with the switch card. So that's fun. Anyway, I'm now going to see if I can find some breakfast. There's supposed to be a breakfast place open at 8, and then I'll get on the road to Rosslare. Well, no surprise, the place I was planning to stop for breakfast wasn't open. So I'm on the road. I'm heading to Cork. Never be sure quite how well this sort of thing comes across on the camera. The wide angle lens makes it look so far away, but this is a wonderful twisty road coming down into Tralee Bay. View out there over to the Atlantic Ocean, fantastic.
Stopped off at Blarney Castle, but don't worry, I'm not going to go and kiss the Blarney Stone, not today. But there's a nice cafe here, and obviously beautiful castle. Might do some drawings while I'm here.
Enjoyed my little stop in Blarney. I'm now back on the road, and according to the sat nav I've got 2.5 hours to go to my B&B tonight. I don't know whether I'll just stay on the road till then. I might, or I might stop somewhere. I've got a sandwich with me to eat. So getting onto the main road now, which is going to take me to Cork. Coming up on another toll plaza. A lot of these motorways in Ireland have a €1 toll for a motorbike. You don't get a lot of warning, but it's not a lot of money, so that's okay. I think this one's a toll really just for going across the bridge. Looks like an interesting bridge coming up. Hi. Thank you. I remember the days when the bridge across the River Forth was a toll bridge, but in the end it cost more to collect the money than the value of what they collected, so they scrapped it, and then they built a new bridge as well, and that one's toll free. Not many toll roads. I don't think there are any in Scotland. There's not many in England either. Just another hour to go, well less than an hour, 45 minutes till I get to my B&B in Rosslare. Whoa, it's a bit windy up here. Another interesting bridge to cross. There was a sign saying beware of side winds, and it was not wrong. Well, I've arrived in Rosslare. Tigger's parked just out here. Hope you can see that. And I'm going to go out and get something to eat now. Got to get up early tomorrow for the ferry. Got to be at the ferry port around about 6:30 in the morning. But that's fine. It's 10 minutes away.
Well, that's it for Rosslare. It's still dark as I set out here for the ferry port. And here's my first rain in Ireland. Who'd have thought that I could spend so many days in Ireland without getting rained on? Well, it's been quite a smooth crossing. Here's Tigger waiting for me. I'm the only bike on the ferry. There were some other bikes at the ferry port, but they were all going to Bilbao, straight from Ireland. Given the state of the weather today, I think I'd rather be going where they're going. But still, anyway, about to disembark here in Wales, and then we'll get on the motorway and head towards London. Clearly the weather's not much better in Wales than it was in Ireland this morning, but that's no more than I expected. That's okay. I've got some good wet weather gear on. In fact, I might stop and put on my my over trousers for the journey eastwards towards London. I've already changed Tigger's speedo back to miles per hour. Well, here we are into Wales. Believe it or not, this is already the fourth different country of the trip. The third country of the United Kingdom, of course. And I think it's probably just going to take me an hour, maybe an hour and a half to get across Wales, across the River Severn and into England. Well, I stopped in Wales just to fill up with petrol, but now here I am crossing the Severn Bridge, the bridge over the Severn River, which connects Wales to England. Next I'm going to be passing Bristol and heading towards London. Tonight I'm staying at my sister's house, which is just south of London, and I'll stay there a few days while I get ready for my flight to Canada. I'm not far from my sister's house now, but this is London's M25 at 5:30 in the afternoon. Oh boy, I sometimes think the traffic around Edinburgh is bad, but this is crazy. Well, it's been quite a long schlep today. I'm just turning into my sister's road here. Hopefully she's got the dinner on, because I could do with a nice hot meal, I think. Ah, hello.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video. From here I'm going to take Tigger to Heathrow Airport and ship him to Toronto. I'm going to fly to Toronto myself, and if you want to see how we get on, then watch our next video, and don't forget to click subscribe.